Netflix, this will be the most watched fight, championship fight, in almost 50 years. But overall, I have to say Crawford. If you go down the list and ask me about tactical advantages, most of them are Crawford.
Without the strap? Okay. Shit. Come on. Yeah, get it. 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 Get it. Yeah, move out the way. Yeah, move out the way. Yeah, move out the way. Yeah.
Max Kellerman was left absolutely stunned. That's really the only way to sum up his reaction after seeing the latest training footage of Terrence, Bud Crawford.
#1 fighter in the world.
What's your name?
Terrence Crawford. He going for 42-0.
Where's he from?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Height and weight.
You understand?
Who's he going against? Let's take him down.
Canelo Alvarez. Canelo.
Oh my God, he's serious, bro. Good luck. You're the man.
The undefeated pound-for-pound king has always been recognized for his smooth boxing skills and razor-sharp ring IQ. But now, he looks like a completely different fighter. Bigger, stronger, and more defined than ever. His new physique has fans stunned. The change is so dramatic that people are now asking a question no one expected. Could Canelo Alvarez be stepping into the toughest fight of his career? And it isn't just the fans talking. Analysts, promoters, and even rival fighters are weighing in on this massive showdown. Some believe Crawford is ready to shock the world, while others argue he may be taking on more than he can handle. But before we break down Max Kellerman's surprising reaction and why his comments have sent shockwaves across the boxing community, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. This story is only getting bigger.
I think unless Crawford was on a knockout streak until he moved up to junior middleweight and then failed to stop Madrimov. So, and Canelo, though he has not stopped anyone in a while.
Now this is where things start to get really interesting. Max Kellerman isn't just another commentator in boxing. He's considered one of the sharpest analysts in the sport. For decades, he's been breaking down the careers of legends, and his opinions carry serious weight. After stepping away for some time, Kellerman is officially returning as part of the broadcast team for this mega fight. That news alone had fans buzzing with excitement. But what really set everything off was his reaction to Crawford's latest training footage. Kellerman admitted, without hesitation, that he was completely shocked by what he saw. Crawford didn't just look ready. He looked like a completely different fighter. The lean welterweight body fans had always known was gone. In its place was a bulked-up version of Bud that looked more like it belonged in the super middleweight division. And the most impressive part? He still had the same speed and precision, but now with added muscle and power fans had never seen from him before.
Last time I saw Crawford, he moved up yet another division, beat at the time the guy I thought was the best fighter in the division. Turns out he wasn't, but I thought he was at the time. And before that, had just annihilated Errol Spence. So if you look at all the boxes, I'm going to check Crawford for most of them, if not all of them.
And Kellerman didn't stop there. He went on to break down the matchup in the way only he can, highlighting that Crawford still holds clear advantages in both speed and ring IQ. In his own words, if you look at all the boxes, I'm checking Crawford for most of them, if not all. Those are strong statements, especially coming from someone who has long praised Canelo as one of the sport's all-time greats. But here's the twist. If Kellerman believes Crawford checks nearly every box, then why is Canelo still listed as the betting favorite?
So as an overall suite of skills, recent vintage, it's been Crawford.
Okay.
But Canelo also is skilled and has a larger skeleton than Crawford. No matter what they weigh, Canelo's the bigger guy.
Kellerman himself explained the reason. It all comes down to size, durability, and experience. Canelo Alvarez turned professional at just 15 years old and has been competing at the highest level of boxing for nearly 20 years. Along the way, he's faced giants like Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, and Dmitry Bivol. He's a natural super middleweight, fully comfortable carrying that size. And his ability to adjust his style to different opponents is a big part of what's made him so dominant. As Kellerman put it, Canelo is simply the naturally bigger man, and that's why he remains the favorite. In other words, Crawford may check more boxes on paper, but the one box that could matter most, size, still belongs to Canelo. And Kellerman isn't the only one who sees it this way. Plenty of fighters and insiders have shared their views, and opinions are split right down the middle.
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terrence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terrence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terrence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Take David Benavidez, for example. A man who knows better than most what it takes to compete at super middleweight. Benavidez didn't hold back when sharing his opinion. In his view, the size difference is simply too big to overlook. Canelo's going to win only because of the size, Benavidez said. And he isn't wrong when it comes to the numbers. Crawford is moving up 3 entire weight classes, while Canelo has spent his career dominating naturally bigger opponents. That kind of leap is almost unheard of. And even for a fighter as gifted as Crawford, it raises serious questions. Can pure skill really overcome such a huge physical gap? Or does the body eventually reach a limit? Still, not everyone is convinced that size is the deciding factor in this fight.
He couldn't cut the ring off. Just feel like the timing now, the age, Canelo is amazing. I mean, not just because of his ability and what he's accomplished, but the fact that he still has the desire.
Eddie Hearn, the veteran promoter, surprised many by leaning slightly in Crawford's favor. While he admitted that Canelo deserves to enter as the favorite, he also made it clear he wouldn't be shocked if Crawford managed to pull off the upset. Still, Hearn added the same warning that's on everyone's mind. The million-dollar question is how Crawford will respond once he gets hit.
Man, I really see I see that Bud's gonna do good. He's gonna do good, but I don't think he's gonna win. But I do see Bud like getting a lot of punches off, being able to tag Canelo with some good shots, but they have no effect. That's the thing.
And there's Ryan Garcia, who shared his own blunt opinion. Garcia made it clear he respects Crawford's skill set, his ability to box, trade punches, and switch styles seamlessly. But even he couldn't ignore what's happened in past fights. Crawford has been caught with some wild shots before, and against someone like Canelo, who's built his career on absorbing punishment and countering with precision. That's a dangerous flaw. And finally,
Canelo and Crawford going up against him. So the only thing they have, but I would say the only thing he has going for him is he's a skillful fighter, and Canelo is older, but so is Crawford too. I think Crawford is 37, 38, something like that. Canelo's 36, so they both are older right now. But man, I don't personally see it. A lot of people see that Crawford can beat Canelo. It's just like that punch resistance is something else. They make weight classes for a reason. If he could beat him, man,
Regis Prograis gave the most straightforward answer of all. Weight classes exist for a reason. No matter how great Crawford is at 147, 154, or even 160, stepping into Canelo's division is a completely different challenge. Of course, critics can debate the size issue all day long. But the training footage that Max Kellerman reacted to tells its own story. A story that suggests Terrence Crawford just might be rewriting the rules once again. This is the footage that shook the boxing world. Terrence Crawford walked into the gym looking nothing like the fighter fans had grown used to seeing at welterweight. His shoulders were wider, his arms packed with muscle, and his chest filled out as if he had been living under the squat rack. When he hit the heavy bag, the sound wasn't the usual sharp pop, it was a deep, echoing boom. Every punch seemed to shake the gym walls, sending a clear message. But isn't just moving up in weight, he's bringing real power with him. Fans online reacted instantly. Many were shocked at how much size he had added in such a short time. Social media lit up with comments asking if this was even the same fighter. Some half-joked that Crawford now looked more like a middle linebacker than a welterweight. But others worried he might have sacrificed his greatest weapon, his lightning-fast hand speed, in exchange for raw strength. Max Kellerman, however, dismissed that concern. He said Crawford still had the same sharpness and snap in his punches, only now they were backed by even more force.
Oh, yeah. 2001. Oh, he an asshole. Oh, yeah. They moving like they ain't gonna put down. And you're gonna fight somebody or something. You're gonna fight down.
In Kellerman's view, Crawford hasn't lost a step. He's simply added a whole new gear. And if that's the case, then Canelo could be facing a version of Bud we've never seen before. But while Crawford's dramatic transformation stole the headlines, another story soon added even more fuel to the fire. And this one had nothing to do with Crawford himself.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's go, baby.
Jaron "Boots" Ennis, one of boxing's brightest rising stars, was revealed to be sparring with Canelo Alvarez in preparation for this fight. On the surface, it sounded like an incredible opportunity, iron sharpening iron. But the boxing community didn't see it that way.
One more thing. It don't matter if Canelo is on that. He ain't beat no Terrence Crawford. You heard it here first. Plus, I look at the performances of Canelo. I look at his last performances. I mean, they've been all right, you know. It ain't been like, wow, blew me away.
Timothy Bradley, never one to hold back, went straight at Ennis. He blasted Boots for accepting the sparring role, saying, "You're a world champion, and you're a sparring partner." And Bradley didn't stop there. He accused Ennis of being afraid to face real challenges, even claiming that Boots had once ducked an interview with him by hanging up the phone rather than answering tough questions. For Bradley, this wasn't just sparring. It was a bad look for a fighter who's supposed to be a rising champion. And that set off a bigger debate. Was Jaron Ennis selling himself short by taking on the role of Canelo's secret weapon? Or was this actually a smart move, a chance to test himself against greatness? Either way, the drama quickly made headlines, with Ennis being viewed as both a secret advantage for Canelo and a target of heavy criticism. But here's where things really got interesting. Crawford himself responded to the news of Canelo bringing in Boots for sparring, and he did it with a laugh.
He's not me. Yeah. As much as a lot of people, say we have similarities and, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, and I'm not him. So, yeah.
Tim had said comparison that he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Bentley.
Cool, calm, and dismissive, Bud laughed it off. He joked that if he wasn't dangerous, Canelo wouldn't need Boots to prepare in the first place. In Crawford's eyes, that move said more about Canelo's concerns than his own. Then came the mic drop moment. Crawford declared that after September 13th, there would be no excuses, no talk about weight classes, no debates about preparation, just the truth of what happens when the two finally step into the ring. Max Kellerman echoed that same confidence. For him, Crawford already checks nearly every box except natural size. But if this bulked-up version of Bud truly carries his power and speed up to 168, then even that missing box may not matter. And if that's the case, the entire story flips. Suddenly, it's Canelo who has questions to answer. That's what makes this fight so fascinating, the unpredictability. Legends and analysts can't seem to agree. Mike Tyson leans one way, Antonio Tarver another. Promoters like Eddie Hearn give Crawford a slight edge, while fighters like David Benavidez insist size will decide everything. The split is real, and it only adds to the hype.
All those doubters, at the end of the day, at the end of the fight, they all gonna cry when they get home. And I hate that.
What time is
The big question hanging over this fight is simple. Can Crawford carry true knockout power into the super middleweight division? We've seen fighters move up before, but rarely has anyone made such a leap against such a dangerous opponent. Crawford's speed, timing, and adaptability are elite. But Canelo's chin and durability are legendary. So what happens when unstoppable skill collides with an immovable tank? That's the chess match fans are dying to see. Here's where things stand. Max Kellerman, one of boxing's sharpest voices, admits he's flat out shocked by Crawford's transformation. Fans are torn between being amazed and being concerned. Fighters are throwing shade, picking sides, and fueling the drama. And right in the center of it all, Terrence, Bud Crawford looks calmer and more confident than ever. So the question remains, will this new, bulked-up version of Crawford be the one to finally dethrone Canelo Alvarez? Or will moving up 3 weight classes prove to be too much, too soon? Fight night will give us the answer. But for now, even Max Kellerman, a man who's seen it all in boxing, can only sum it up in one word: shocked. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Alright guys, for the latest updates on boxing news, big moments, events, and highlights, make sure you subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications so you never miss out on fresh content. And don't forget to check out our other videos. Until next time.